On the page, we are just about set to start the second half. At halftime, the Dolphins lead the Jets 10-3. Run down some numbers from the first half. Total yardage, pretty even. Miami at 157, the Jets at 150. Penalties, both teams penalized 5 times in that first half. Miami for 35 yards, the Jets for 31 yards. Time of possession, very even, but those 2 costly first half turnovers against the Jets on the 2 fumbles. They did get a career-long 58-yard field goal from Nick Folk at the end of the first half to cut this to a 1-score game. Jets in the first half, Justin Fields 8 for 11, passing the football 54 yards. Those 8 catches were to 5 different receivers. Breece Hall, 3 catches, 15 yards. Garrett Wilson, 2 catches for 19 yards and a catch each for Allen Lazard, Mason Taylor, and Isaiah Davis. Running the football, which the Jets did for 115 yards in the first half. Breece Hall, the leading rusher, 7 carries, 53 yards. Quarterback Justin Fields rushed 4 times for 30 yards. Braylon Allen, 4 carries, 26 yards. He went out with the injury in the first half, and Isaiah Davis had 1 carry for 6 yards. On the Miami side, Tua Tagovailoa, 11 of 15 for 115 yards and 1 touchdown in that first half. Touchdown pass was to Darren Waller. He had 2 catches for 18 yards. Leading target in the first half was Tyreek Hill, 5 catches for 57 yards. 2 catches, 13 yards for Malik Washington, a catch each for Jalen Waddle and Achane. I'm never quite sure on the pronunciation of his name. That's why I try to be very careful. Is it Devan Achane, I think, is the correct pronunciation. But anyway, running the football, not much for Miami, just 42 yards on the ground in the first half. Achane, 6 carries, 26 yards. 3 carries, 8 yards for Ollie Gordon, 2 carries, 8 yards for Malik Washington. Third down conversions in the first half. Jets 3 for 4, Dolphins 3 for 6. But pretty even on the numbers in the first half. And the scoreboard reads Dolphins 10, Jets 3. Here at halftime, the Jets are going to receive the football here to start the second half. Chance to go 2 for 1 here, getting that field goal at the end of the first half, and now a chance to score here at the beginning of half number 2. We will see what the Jets can do here on this first drive of the second half. The 2 first half fumbles really hurt the Jets. The Dolphins converted the 1 into a touchdown, and that's where your 7-point spread is. Kickoff in the second half is taken at the 7 across the 20, 25-yard line, 30-yard line, and up to the 36-yard line. And that's where the Jets will start this first possession of the second half. Kick return there for Isaiah Williams. Are they saying the football was fumbled here? No. Miami's saying they have the football, and we're going to see what the officials say here. The Dolphins player did come out with the ball. We're going to get the call here. It is a Miami recovery of a fumble. Isaiah Williams with a fumble on the kickoff return. Oh, and let's see. I think he might have been down before that ball came out, but since this is a turnover, it should go to automatic review. The ball was coming out before Williams' knee hit. That looked like he regained possession when his knee hit the ground, and then it came out again. But they are looking at it. No, they're not. They're sticking with the call. Dolphins have the ball at the 36, so they have actually confirmed the fumble. So Miami has it, and here's a run on first down going nowhere. Achane stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Miami. They're showing it again here. Williams loses it right there. Actually, I do think that ball was coming loose before his knee hits. So that is the third Jets turnover of this game on 3 fumbles. Second and 10, Miami at the 36. Shotgun for Tagovailoa. It's another handoff, and Achane bit by the turf monster. And a gain of only a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Correction, that wasn't Achane. That was Ollie Gordon the second. So that's about the 3rd or 4th player that has slipped on the turf tonight. Third and 9. Football sitting at the Jets' 35-yard line. Tagovailoa takes the snap. Tagovailoa throws right side. Complete. Tyreek Hill. First down, Miami. And is Tyreek Hill injured over there on the sideline? Looks like Tyreek Hill is down over there on the Jets sideline after making that first down catch. Tagovailoa went right over there after he realized his wide receiver was injured, and now out comes Mike McDaniel. And with the players all kneeing on the field, this looks like it is not just a slight injury, and we will hope that that is not the case. We will hope that it's not a serious injury on Tyreek Hill. But once the camera showed Tagovailoa running right over there to the sideline, and Mike McDaniel going over, and then all the players started going down on one knee, I get the bad feeling this is maybe something serious. It's an injury timeout with 13:21 to go in quarter number 3. Dolphins will have a 1st and 10 at the Jets' 24 following the injury timeout. But the focus now is on Tyreek Hill on the sideline. He made the first down catch and then went, I don't want to say crashing into the Jets sideline, but he went into the Jets sideline. I wasn't really watching real. I didn't see anything that looked out of the ordinary there, but we will see what the status is on Tyreek Hill. We saw for the Jets, Braylon Allen get taken to the locker room in the first half. Also saw Michael Carter get taken to the locker room for the Jets in the first half. They are bringing on the cart. This is not a good scene in Miami, as they have brought the cart over to the sideline. This is over on the Jets sideline. See if we see here. There's the catch from Hill. He gets tackled. I didn't see anything there that looked out of the ordinary, but all the Dolphins players are going over there and giving their support to Tyreek Hill, and a few of the Jets players as well went over there. These are 2 division rivals, but there's also a lot of respect as Tyreek Hill is getting carted off, clapping his hands as he goes off, giving a smile to the Miami crowd and giving a wave. Hopefully that means it is not a serious injury. This is just a precautionary thing. But Tyreek Hill is being carted off on the cart. Seem to be in good spirits going off there, so that's a good sign, hopefully. But here we go, back to action here. First down, Miami at the 24 of the Jets. So who will step up in the wide receiver role with Hill likely out at least the rest of this game? Here's a handoff on first down right side inside the 20. This will be another first down for Miami down to the 13-yard line. Achane gets 11 more and a Miami first down. So Miami into the Jets red zone once again. First down at the 13. Dolphins trying to capitalize on the third Jets turnover. This is Achane getting the carry again, and he gets down to the 9, a gain of 4 on that first down run. Be second down and 6. Achane going to head to the sideline for a breather on this play. Second and 6 from the 9 for Miami. Tagovailoa rolls to his right. Open receiver, touchdown, Miami. Darren Waller with the 9-yard reception of touchdown pass. It is 16-3 Miami with the extra point pending. Waller's second touchdown reception of the night. So the Dolphins do indeed capitalize on the Jets' turnover on the kickoff. Extra point is up and good, and it is now a 2-touchdown lead for Miami, 17-3. 11:33 to go, quarter number 3. Drive for the Dolphins, 6 plays, 36 yards, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. 9-yard touchdown pass from Tagovailoa to Waller. And a 17-3 Miami lead. Meanwhile, in that other Monday night game in Denver, the Broncos struck for a touchdown, so the Broncos now lead the Bengals 7-3. End of the first quarter in Denver. So now the Jets down by 2 touchdowns. It is now 14 points scored for the Dolphins off of Jets turnovers. And the Jets, with 11:33 to go in the third, kind of get the sense this is a must touchdown drive right here. So Justin Fields and the Jets offense were supposed to get the ball to open the second half, but they fumbled the opening kickoff. Dolphins recovered and took advantage. And got the Tagovailoa to Waller 9-yard touchdown pass. Waller's second touchdown catch tonight. How will the Jets respond? So we're about to get the kickoff following the Dolphins' second touchdown of the evening, as it's put the Jets in a 14-point hole with 11:33 to go in the third quarter. Here's the kickoff. At the 1, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 30-yard line. Good kickoff return across the 40 and out of bounds. There is a flag, though. Will that nullify a good return by Davis? It was 41 yards on the kickoff return, but we'll check this flag. It was illegal formation on Miami, so that will add 5 to the end of the run. So the Jets are going to have outstanding field position for what will now be their first offensive series of the second half. Jets will have the ball up near midfield at the 48. Handoff on first down. This is Breece Hall into Dolphins territory and brought down at the 48-yard line. Gain of 4 on first down for Breece Hall. Second and a short 6. From just inside the 48 of Miami. Fields hands off again to Hall. This time he stood up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be third down for the Jets. Hall headed to the sideline for this third down play. Jets 3 for 4 on third downs tonight. They need 5 on this one. Fields. It's a handoff on third down, and it is going to be short of the first down by a yard. Isaiah Davis got the carry, got 4, but it's going to be 4th and 1. And now if you're Aaron Glenn, you're in a 2-touchdown hole here. I have a feeling he's going to keep the offense out here on 4th and 1. Fourth and a yard. Jets 0 for 1 on fourth down conversions. They tried one back in the first half and were not successful. Fields. Blitz coming. Fields in a heap of trouble. Going to his left. Can he get to the marker? He can, and a lot more. 30, 20, 10, and Fields. Touchdown, Jets. Wow. Fields looked like he was dead to right. Miami brought the blitz. Fields got out of it and rushed 43 yards for a Jets touchdown, and they are right back in this game. That was one of the best quarterback runs you're going to see. Once Fields got past the blitz, he was gone and untouched to the end zone. The Jets get in the end zone for the first time tonight. And the extra point by Folk to cut it to 7, and it is up, and it is good. So the Jets answer this time with a Justin Fields touchdown run of 43 yards. 17-10 Miami, 9:23 in the third. Drive for the Jets, 4 plays, 52 yards, 2 minutes, 10 seconds. "43-yard touchdown run for Justin Fields." And a 17-10 Dolphins lead. Updating that game in Denver, it is still 7-3, Broncos leading the Bengals. Just underway in the second quarter in Denver. Bengals looking to go to 3-1. They host the Lions next week, late afternoon game. Broncos next week have a tough one. They really need this one tonight because they travel to Philly next week to take on the undefeated Eagles. So the Broncos really need to have this game tonight to avoid falling to 1-3 with a trip to Philly coming next week. In this game, it is the Dolphins leading the Jets 17-10 as the Jets got right back in it on that 43-yard touchdown run by Justin Fields on a 4th down and 1 play. So Miami will now have to answer. They do still have the lead. But a great answer for the Jets and a great touchdown run for Justin Fields. He looked like he was going to be sacked in his end of the drive. But he stayed focused and got past the blitz. The defenders bringing the blitz, and once he got past that blitz, he was gone for the touchdown. So Jets getting set to kick off to Miami. This is about as I mentioned at the outset, this is about as close to a must-win in Week 4 as you can have for these two teams. The loser of this game will be 4 games out in the AFC East. And already with the head-to-head loss to Buffalo. Here's the kickoff, taken at the 1, across the 20, 25, 30, and up to the 33-yard line. And that's where this next Dolphins drive will start. At the 33-yard line. Decent return of 32 yards, and now Tyreek Hill is coming back out in a wheelchair. So he's definitely out tonight. So leg injury is the official word on Tyreek Hill. He is out. First down throw by Tagovailoa, incomplete. A little high, intended for Waddle, but good coverage for the Jets. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what this is. It's going to be pass interference on the Jets. Yeah, a little bit of a jersey grab there. Sauce Gardner guilty of the pass interference call, so it'll be first down for Miami following the penalty. At the 42. Tagovailoa under center. Fakes the handoff, rolling to his left. Tagovailoa throws, pass complete. This will be another first down. And a nice little dance there on the sideline for Jalen Waddle after the first down reception. Dolphins into Jets territory once again. Second catch tonight for Jalen Waddle. Ball at the Jets 42. First down. Tagovailoa going left. Now will take it himself and get pushed out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard. Second down coming for Miami. Under 8.5 to go in the third. Second down and 9. Ball at the 41 of the Jets. Tagovailoa back to shotgun. 3 on the play clock. Gets it off. Screen pass left side. And a tackle made at the 40-yard line. Good tackle on a 2nd and 9 play. Isaiah Oliver with the tackle there. 3rd down and 8 from the 40. Jets trying to get a 3rd down stop and keep this a 1-score game. Field goal from here would be 58 yards. Same distance full kick the field goal from for the Jets to end the half. Tagovailoa will run it. Can he get to the first down marker? He cannot. Slides down. That's going to be 15 yards. That was a hit after Tagovailoa was sliding. And that's going to put the ball in the red zone. Tagovailoa started sliding at the 34, and then a Jets defender came and hit him after the fact. That was Kiko Malagoa, rookie out of Miami, with the late hit. I know it's one of those you can't just stop mid-motion, but in this day's NFL, you've got to find a way to not do that. Because that in the 2025 NFL, that is a penalty every time. So the 15-yard penalty puts the ball in the red zone. Right at the 20. Tagovailoa hands off. And bouncing off one tackler and getting a couple extra yards on first down. That's Gordon, the ball carrier, getting 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Dolphins. Ollie Gordon, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, getting some nice action in tonight in the running back spot for Miami. 2nd and 6, down to 6 minutes to go in the third. Tagovailoa takes the snap, rolls left. Tagovailoa throws, pass complete, 1st down Miami, 1st and goal. Jalen Waddle, another reception. There is a flag. This is a 1st down for Miami, but we'll see what the flag is. It's against the Jets, and it'll be declined, so 1st and goal at the 9. Jets starting to come unrattled here a little bit as the penalties starting to add up. That one was declined, but the Jets have been penalized 7 times for 56 yards. 15-yard unnecessary roughness late hit on this drive. 1st and goal at the 9, Miami. Trying to go back up by 2 touchdowns. Toss to Achane. Achane inside the 10. Achane, touchdown, Miami. Achane, a 9-yard touchdown run, and the Dolphins answer the Jets' touchdown and go back up by 2 scores with 5:20 to go in the third. Just a direct toss on the play to Achan. And 9 yards into the end zone he goes. Now the try for the extra point. Make this back to a 14-point lead, and the kick is good. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. The Achan 9-yard touchdown run extends the Miami lead back to 14, 24-10 Dolphins. At Miami Drive, 7 plays, 68 yards, 4 minutes, 3 seconds. An Achan 9-yard touchdown run extends the lead back to 14 points. And meanwhile, the Broncos in the red zone trying to extend their lead against the Dolphins, or against the Bengals, rather, excuse me. So Justin Fields answered the last Miami touchdown with a touchdown drive and a touchdown run for him. Jets will have to do it again, back down by 2 scores. Down to the 5:20 mark in the third quarter. Do have other news in the sports world today and in Major League Baseball. Big news around Major League Baseball today. Just 2 years after winning the World Series, Bruce Bochy out as the Rangers manager. Rangers won the World Series in 2023, but have missed the postseason the 2 years since then. Finished 500 this year. So Bruce Bochy out as manager of the Texas Rangers. And the Mets saying they are going to keep manager Carlos Mendoza. Boy, I don't like using the word collapse, but what a terrible ending to the season for the Mets. That big payroll, spent all that money in the offseason to get Juan Soto, and they missed the playoffs. So a lot of regrouping to do there in Queens for the Mets in the offseason. That's a couple bits of news around Major League Baseball. Back to this one, it is 24-10. Dolphins leading the Jets with 5:20 to go in the third. Dolphins to kick it off. A yard deep in the end zone. It's going to be downed right there, and the Jets will start their next drive. Back down by 14 points. And in that other Monday night game, Broncos have added a touchdown, so they now lead the Bengals 14-3. 8:48 to go in the second quarter in Denver. So here, first down Jets, 5:20 to go in the third quarter, back in a 2-touchdown hole. Football at the 35. Fields fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws downfield, pass complete. That should be a first down. Second reception of the game for the tight end, Mason Taylor, the rookie out of LSU. First down at the 46. Here's a handoff to Breece Hall, and Hall will get up to midfield. Gain of 4 for Breece Hall on first down, brings up second down and 6. 2nd down and 6. Football right at midfield. Jets up to 172 yards rushing tonight. Fields takes the snap. Fields another handoff to Breece Hall. Hall this time will be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. May have even lost a yard. 3rd down coming up for the Jets. Third down and 6 from midfield. Hall goes back to the sideline. Jets 3 for 5 on 3rd down conversions tonight. They'll need 6 on this one. Fields. Handoff on 3rd down and a loss on the play. A loss of a yard. It was another running play, but right there was the Miami defense. Isaiah Davis loses a yard on 3rd and 6, and the Jets will have to punt. So the Jets have to punt it away to Miami. And here's the punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 10-yard line. And that's where the Dolphins will start this next drive. 2:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Dolphins get it back, leading by 14. Well, again, during this timeout, want to give you another update on my upcoming live stream schedule. It's going to be busy this week on the live stream page. Tomorrow, going to have some Major League Baseball playoff action for you. Red Sox-Yankees game is pretty much a definite. I'm going to be on for that one. Would like to be on for the 3 o'clock Eastern time game between the Padres and Cubs. That's going to depend on my work schedule. But for sure, we're going to be on with you for the Red Sox and the Yankees tomorrow, and then we'll play it by ear the rest of the week. Of course, those wild card series, best of 3. 2 teams getting the bye in the American League, the AL East champion Blue Jays and the AL West champion Mariners. 2 teams getting the bye to the division series in the National League. The NL Central champion Brewers and the NL East champion Phillies. And talking about Major League Baseball here one more time, they've got to change their playoff format. The Yankees finished tied for the AL East title with Toronto. Toronto won the division because of the season series win over the Yankees, which that's fair. But in no business whatsoever should a team that ties for the division title and ties for the best record in the league, that team has no business whatsoever being forced to have to play in the wild card round. So the Major League Baseball's got to fix their playoff format. The Yankees tied for the most wins in the American League with Toronto, yet they're having to play in the wild card round because of the current format. That's Major League Baseball's got to fix that. But anyway, there was my rant on Major League Baseball's playoffs. But anyway, back to this one. 24-10, Dolphins lead the Jets. And the Dolphins have it back. First down at their 10-yard line when they start this drive. Tagovailoa out of the shotgun. The Jets jumped off sides, and that's going to give Miami a free 5. This will be the 8th penalty of the night on the Jets. And you can start to see the frustration on Jets head coach Aaron Glenn's face right now. His team well, let's say this team's in serious danger of dropping to 0-4 unless they have a comeback in these final 17 and a half minutes of this game. Another what I call undisciplined penalty. 8th penalty of the night on the Jets. It's 1st and 5, Miami. Tagovailoa rolling to his right, throws incomplete. Tried to get that to Jalen Waddle. It'll be 2nd and 5. Second and 5, Miami. From their own 15. Handoff on 2nd and 5. This will be only a gain of a couple yards on 2nd down for Achane. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Miami. A huge, huge 3rd down here, especially for the Jets defense. We're going to go under 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter before this ball gets snapped. Waller coming back in on this 3rd down play. He's got the 2 touchdown receptions tonight for Miami. Dolphins 4 for 8 on 3rd downs tonight. They need 3 on this 3rd down. Tagovailoa in trouble, going to his right, throws incomplete, and the Jets will force a 3 and out. A much-needed 3 and out for the Jets defense. And they should get pretty good field position as Miami's going to have to punt it from inside their 10. Or where the punter stands and punts the football is going to be inside the 10. Jake Bailey on to punt. Isaiah Williams back to receive this punt. Bailey gets it off. A doozy of a kick. Chases Williams all the way back to the 20. He's across the 25, 30, 35-yard line and dropped at the 37. Decent return of 17 yards on the punt for Williams, and the Jets will start from the 37-yard line to start this next drive. So 1st down with 1:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. Jets have it at the 37. Fields dropping back, throws to a wide open man across midfield. The catch made. That's a gain of 18 yards and a Jets 1st down. And on one play, Jets move it into Miami territory. That was Garrett Wilson, by the way, with the 18-yard reception. His 3rd catch tonight. 1st down. Fields to throw again. Fields throwing down the field to another open receiver. This is going to be another Jets 1st down. That's Taylor, the tight end, with his 3rd catch of the night. And the Jets marching right down the field here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Pass was good for 28. There is the play clock's 2 seconds ahead of the game clock, so they will have to snap it before the 3rd quarter ends. 1st down at the 18. Fields takes the shotgun snap. Fields throws to the end zone. There's a flag. Pass is incomplete. but I think it's going to be pass interference. It might be offensive pass interference. We'll see. Time has expired in the third quarter. It's going to be offensive pass interference, it looks like. Aaron Glenn wanting an explanation. It is offensive pass interference on the Jets. 9th penalty of the night on the Jets. It's Garrett Wilson that's called for the OPI as we've hit the end of the third quarter. There was a little bit of a push-off, but I don't know that that warranted a flag. But nonetheless, we're through 3. Dolphins lead the Jets 24-10. Jets trying to capitalize and get in the end zone. As we take a look at the stats through 3 quarters. Jets at 261 yards, Dolphins at 238. Both teams have 16 first downs. About a 2.5 minute time of possession advantage for Miami. But the penalties, Jets starting to add up. 9 penalties for 71 yards for the Jets. Dolphins have been penalized 6 times for 40 yards. And those 3 costly turnovers for the Jets tonight. 3 fumbles. Third down conversions in this game. Jets are 3 for 6. Dolphins are 4 for 9. Individual numbers, Justin Fields 11 of 14 passing the ball for 110 yards. He's also ran 5 times for 73 yards and a touchdown. That 43-yard touchdown run for the Jets touchdown in the third. Breece Hall's carried 11 times for 62 yards. Braylon Allen, before his injury, carried 4 times for 26 yards, and Isaiah Thomas, wrong sport. Isaiah Davis, 3 carries, 9 yards. Jets have put up 170 yards on the ground tonight. Mason Taylor, 3 catches for 46 yards for the Jets. Garrett Wilson, 3 catches, 37 yards. Breece Hall, 3 catches for 15 yards, a catch each for Allen Lazard and Isaiah Davis. Meanwhile, Tua Tagovailoa for the Dolphins, 16 of 22, 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Dolphins have added 80 yards rushing for their 238 total yards of offense. Here we're set to begin the fourth quarter. Jets trailing 24-10. Be a 1st and 20. Back at the 28-yard line. Fields out of the shotgun. First play, quarter number 4. Fields takes the snap. Fields throws over the middle. That's Breece Hall up to the 22-yard line. Gain of 6. Brings up 2nd down and 14. There's another flag that comes in. This one late. We'll get the call from Craig Rolstad. A personal foul on the Jets. And it was after the play. So that the down will count. And the Jets are coming a little unglued here. Tenth penalty on the Jets for 86 yards. It was off the play. This is going to be 2nd and 29. And the officials getting together and discussing things again. So back to action. 2nd and 28 for the Jets. Back at the 37. Fields. Looking, and now we'll have room to run, and Fields goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And now Fields. Jets are wanting a late hit out of bounds there, but they did not get the flag. It was out of bounds, and then it's wrong. Yeah, it was clearly out of bounds when he got shoved down. The officials did not throw the flag. Probably could have. 3rd and 24. The Jets need to get all the way to the Dolphins' 9 for a first down. And the play clock once again running down, and the play clock has expired again. The Jets have let that play clock get down a few times tonight, and this is the second time that it's gotten all the way down, and they've been called for a delay of game. Jets 3 for 6 on 3rd downs tonight. Fields takes the snap. Fields throws. Pass is that picked off? It's either picked off or incomplete. It's an interception for Miami, it looks like. Nope, they're saying incomplete. And it is incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 24 for the Jets. Field goal doesn't really do you much at this point. You're still going to be down 2 scores. But they're bringing on Folk. He hit from 58 to end the first half. That's a new career long for Folk. And this one he'll try from 50 to try and bring the Jets within 11. Folk's kick on the way, and Folk puts it through. And Folk hits from 50 to make it 24-13 with 13:09 to go. Jets still down 2 scores. Drive for the Jets, 6 plays, 31 yards, took 3 minutes, 15 seconds. And a Nick Folk 50-yard field goal that brings the Jets within 24-13. So the Jets defense desperately needing a stop on this next Miami drive. Update on that Bengals-Broncos game. Still 14-3, Denver leading Cincinnati. They have just passed the 2-minute warning in the first half. So the Jets will kick this off to Miami. And let's see, with 13 minutes to go and an 11-point lead, if Miami stays in the running game and looks to run a little bit of this clock. So here comes a Jets kickoff with 13:09 to go. Can the Jets defense get a stop, and preferably for the Jets a quick stop? Let Miami take a whole lot of time off the clock because the Jets do still need 2 possessions. Kickoff taken at the 2, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 30-yard line, out of bounds at the 33. And that's where the Dolphins will start this drive. 31-yard kickoff return. So here comes the Dolphins offense once again. First down at the 33. The official word on Tyreek Hill is a dislocated knee. Here's Achane on the carry. Achane, it's 9 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Miami. Officially a gain of 8 for Achane, so it's 2nd and 2. Dolphins have mixed it up tonight. 22 runs, 22 passes. Handoff, and this one's going to be for a loss. As it went right back to Achane, but this time he loses 2. Back to the 40, and a huge 3rd down and 4 coming up. Miami with a first down can work on some more of the clock. The Jets can get a 3 and out if they can get a 3rd and 4 stop. Dolphins 4 for 9 on 3rd down conversions tonight. They need 4 on this one to keep the drive alive. Snap taken. Tagovailoa throws left side, incomplete, and the Jets get the 3 and out they needed. And they're going to get this football back with still plenty of time, 11:32 to go. Here's the punt. A doozy. Fair catch. Oh, wide. Fair catch at the 3-yard line. They could have ran that for 10 yards or so. Williams fair catches inside the 5. Big mistake there, and the Jets will start deep, deep in their own territory. At their own 3. So again, stepping away from the NFL for a minute, want to update you on the baseball playoff schedule for tomorrow. It begins at 1 o'clock. These are all Eastern times. 1 Eastern time, Detroit and Cleveland. And then at 3 Eastern time, one I hope to be live streaming. It's going to depend on my work schedule. 3 Eastern time tomorrow, Padres and Cubs. That'll be a noon start out there in San Diego. 6 o'clock Eastern time start for the Red Sox and Yankees. I will definitely be on the live stream for that one tomorrow night. And then it wraps up at 9 Eastern time with the Reds and the Dodgers. 6 o'clock out there in LA, right in the heart of rush hour traffic out there in LA, a 6 o'clock start. That ought to be fun getting to Chavez Ravine tomorrow. So that is the baseball playoff schedule. Again, I will for sure be on the live stream for that Red Sox-Yankees game, depending on the work schedule. If the work schedule cooperates, I'll be on for the Padres-Cubs at 3 Eastern before that Red Sox-Yankees game. We'll see about the Reds-Dodgers, but being it doesn't start until 9 o'clock here in the Eastern time zone, as far as live streaming that one, that's probably not likely, but we'll see where it goes. So we'll be with you on the live stream for playoff action tomorrow and on Wednesday and Thursday if necessary. So a lot of action coming up on the live stream page this week. So here we go. The Jets backed up at their own 3-yard line after a questionable fair catch for Isaiah Williams on that punt. First down at the 3. Fields standing in his end zone, hands off to Breece Hall, and Hall's going to lose a yard back to the 2. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Jets. Under 11 minutes to play in the 4th. 2nd down and 10. Jets or 2nd and 11 rather, at the 2. Fields under center, hand off to Hall. Breece Hall gets to the 5, but it's still going to be 3rd and long after the 3-yard pickup for Breece Hall. Jets 3 for 7 on 3rd down conversions. This is pretty much a must-have 3rd down conversion right here. 3rd and 8 from the 5. Fields takes the snap. Fields throws. Got it. First down, Jets. Up to the 14-yard line on 3rd and 8. The completion was good for 9. First down at the 14. This is Breece Hall getting the carry. Hall with a big gainer across the 25 and down to the 30-yard line. 16 more for Breece Hall on a first down. Clock running down to 9:20 in the 4th. First down, Jets at the 30. Fields out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Fields looking. Fields throws. Pass incomplete, knocked down. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, but a good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Phillips. Yeah, it was Jalen Phillips that knocked down that pass intended for Wilson. 2nd down and 10. Here's Fields. And a stoppage before the snap as flags go down. Make it penalty number 11 on the Jets, as this will be a false start. The penalties keep coming for the Jets. 91 yards assessed in penalties on the 11 penalties tonight. 2nd and 15 back at the 26. Fields to throw. Fields right side. Pass caught. Open receiver. That's Mason Taylor again, and he goes out of bounds. Fifth catch on the night for Mason Taylor. Again, a must-convert 3rd down for the Jets. 3rd down and 5. 8.5 and counting to go in the 4th. Ball at the 36. Jets need to get to just shy of the 41 for a 1st down. Fields in trouble. Fields scrambling left. Flag comes in. Fields tackled 2 yards shy of the 1st down at the 39, but we'll check the flags. There were a couple of them. Holding on the Jets. They will now go over the 100-yard mark in penalty yardage tonight. Their 12th penalty of the night. These penalties have got to get corrected by head coach Aaron Glenn. So now it's 3rd down and 15. Fields takes the shotgun snap. Fields throws short, pass complete, but nowhere near a 1st down. Garrett Wilson with the reception, but it's only good for about 6 yards. And the Jets, midway point of the 4th quarter, are going to have to punt this football. Well, that's, again, you aware of the situation. You got 3rd and long, and you're throwing a short 5-6 yard pass over the middle. That's Austin McNamara on to punt for the Jets. McNamara to punt, and here it is. Bounces at the 28 and will be downed at the 26-yard line, and that's where Miami will start their next drive with 7:02 to go and an 11-point lead. So you'll probably see the Dolphins keep it on the ground and try and work a little bit on this clock, as the Dolphins are 7:02 away from entering the win column for the first time in 2025. First down, Miami at the 26. Tagovailoa takes the snap, hands off to Achane, and Achane left side. Achane running room left side, 1st down. Out of bounds at the 37, I think is where they're going to spot it. 1st down, Miami. .39-yard line is where they put it, so give Achane 13 on that carry, so he's up to 72 yards on 14 carries tonight. Running that play clock as far down as they can before they snap it in. A big hole for Achane. Inside the 50, down to the 40, 39-yard line. A big hole for Achane. And a 1st down for Miami. 22 yards on that run. Mark him at the 40, so he's at 99 yards. Achane gets his third straight carry. This will put him over the 100-yard mark. He fumbles, but I believe Miami fell on it. And they do. So Achane fumbled after a 3-yard pickup. Didn't see who that was that recovered for Miami, but it was a Miami recovery. Oh, it was Patrick Paul, I think, that fell on it. Yeah, it was Patrick Paul that fell on it for Miami. So the Dolphins keep possession, 2nd down and 7 from the 37. And here's his pass. It's going to be a catch and a first down, Miami into the red zone. It looked like it was going to go to Achane again, but it was a pass from Tagovailoa to the tight end, Julian Hill, his first catch of the night. And the Dolphins are in the red zone once again. "19 yards on that pass to Hill. Under 4 minutes and counting here in the fourth. First down, Miami at the Jets 18. Looking for the knockout touchdown. Achane getting the carry again. He's going to lose a yard this time on first down. And now the Jets are going to have to start taking their timeouts on defense, I think, and they're going to take one right here. So the Jets take their first timeout with 3:47 to go. The Jets have got to hold Miami to a field goal here. It would keep it 2 scores. A touchdown would pretty much all but seal it. Meanwhile, the Broncos have added another touchdown. They've gone to the half. They lead the Bengals in Denver 21-3. Second down for Miami following the timeout at the 18-yard line. Dolphins 3:40. They've actually added 2 seconds to the clock, so 3:49 now. Dolphins 3:49 away from getting into the win column for the first time. And now Miami takes a timeout. Like they may not have had the right personnel in there. So both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining. Again, the Dolphins after this head to Carolina to take on the Panthers next week. The Jets will return home to MetLife Stadium and entertain the Dallas Cowboys. And the Jets 3:49 away from being 0-4 going into that game. Second down, Miami. Tagovailoa throw over the middle, incomplete. Tried to get it to Hill again. There's a flag, which we've had a lot of those tonight. Craig Rolstad gets together with his officiating crew, and we'll see what this call is. About to get the call right now. They picked up the flags. Aaron Glenn's getting an explanation as to why they picked up the flag, but I don't think he's liking what he's hearing. You can see the frustration on his face pretty much all night long on the Jets sideline. 3rd and 10, Miami. Hand off to Achane, and Achane will get a yard. That's it. It'll be 4th down for Miami. The Jets, I would think, would want to use a timeout here, but they're letting the clock run down. So Miami kicks a field goal here, and finally a timeout has been called. Jets let about 11 seconds go off that clock before they call their second timeout. So a field goal here would put the Dolphins up 14. Again, Tyreek Hill went out with a dislocated knee. He had to go out on the cart. Riley Patterson comes in to try a 47-yard field goal to try to make this a 14-point Miami lead. Snap is good. Patterson's kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. And it is 27-13 Miami with 3:33 to go. It's like they will reevaluate Tyreek Hill and see what the situation is on him officially as far as how long he'll be out with that dislocated knee. So the field goal adds to the Miami lead. It makes it 27-13 with 3:33 to go. So Miami set to kick this off for the Jets. And here's the kickoff. Taken at the goal line. Returned across the 10, 20-yard line, 30-yard line. Look out. A good kick return up to the 40. So the Jets will start this drive at the 40. So here we go. First down, officially at the 39. .326 to go. Fields just got the snap off, although I'm not sure he did before the play clock hit 0. Pass is complete over the middle to Breece Hall for a gain of 8. Bringing up second down 2. Jets have 1 timeout remaining. Plus the 2-minute warning. Down 14. Second and 2. Fields will run it himself, get the first down into Miami territory up to the Miami 48. The clock running down under 3 minutes. Jets will have to get a touchdown here and then probably have to go for the onside kick if they do get the touchdown. Fields throwing right side, knocked away and complete. Great defensive play for Miami to knock that pass away. Rasul Douglas with the knockaway. Second and 10. Sixth incompletion for Fields tonight. He's now 16 for 22. Second and 10 at the 49. Fields throwing, pass complete. This will be a first down for the Jets inside the 40 to the 35. Gain of 14. Jets hurrying up to the line. First down at the 35. Fields Throws over the middle again. Pass is caught. This will be another Jets first down, and that should be a late hit on Miami. No flag, though, as we have hit the 2-minute warning. Jeremy Ruckert, the tight end, with his first reception of the night. There probably should have been 15 extra yards on Miami after it, but there was no flag. Ruckert clearly down and clearly a late hit. I have no idea why a flag was not thrown there. 27-13, Miami at the 2-minute warning. That definitely should have been a flag for 15 yards. Late hit. So with 2 minutes to go, the Jets trying for a touchdown to make it a 7-point game. So with 2 minutes remaining, do the Jets have a 2-touchdown comeback in them? They'll have to score a touchdown and recover an onside kick. They have just gotten underway in the second half in Denver. And Broncos lead the Bengals 21-3 in that game. So the Broncos look to even their record at 2-2. With they're 1-2 so far, and 2 tough losses. Tough loss at Indianapolis and a Chargers field goal at the gun last week to knock off Denver. 2 minutes left in this one. Jets are at the Dolphins 23, needing 2 touchdowns. First down for the Jets. Fields. Back to shotgun. Fields takes the snap. Fields. Throwing left side, incomplete. Knocked away. It'll be 2nd and 10. Minkah Fitzpatrick, another defensive play to knock that ball away. 2nd and 10. Second and 10, 1:56 to go. Ball at the 23. Fields takes the snap. Fields looking, throwing, end zone. That's going to be a touchdown to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson with an acrobatic catch for a touchdown. And it's 27-19 with the extra point pending. 23-yard touchdown reception with a defender on him. That's a great catch by Garrett Wilson. Great catch. That was great coverage by Rasul Douglas. But Garrett Wilson kept his focus and able to come down with it. And now the Jets are going to go for 2. Why? Jets are going for a 2-point conversion here to try to cut it to 6. Fields hands off, and nope, he'll keep it instead and run it in for 2 points. So that makes it 27-21 with 1:49 to go. So we're going to see an onside kick coming, as the Jets only have 1 timeout left. Great. They just showed the replay again. Great catch from Garrett Wilson for that touchdown reception. Rasul Douglas was all over him, but a great job staying focused by Wilson. So now we're going to see an onside attempt coming. They must recover onside kick, or else Miami can run out the clock. (27-21) is the score. Gotta like the fight the Jets have shown, even if they do come up short in this game. They showed good fight in week 1 against Pittsburgh. Not so much week 2 against Buffalo. And had the game won in Tampa last week and let it get away in the 4th quarter. So here comes an onside kick. And Miami falls right on it. And Miami will be able to run out the clock. Didn't get that high bounce. And Miami is 149 away from tasting victory for the first time this year. You always want to get on an onside attempt, you always want to get that high bounce on the second bounce, and it just never happened on that one. So Miami, they can't really necessarily go into victory formation, but they can run something very as unrisky as they can. Achane gets the carry. He'll get a yard. Jets take their last time out at 1:44. So the Jets now out of timeouts. So I guess it is possible if they hold here, the Jets can get the ball back with what, 10 seconds? Actually, no, they can't, because Miami will only have to run 2 more plays, and it's only second downs. So barring a turnover, this game is over. Another handoff to Achane. He goes up to the 42-yard line. Jets cannot stop it. So Miami will not have to snap this ball until about the 59-second mark. So yeah, I guess Miami will have to. So if they snap it at 59 seconds, the play takes, what, if it's a running play, 4 seconds. They start the play. Yeah, the Jets, I guess, can get it back with about 8 seconds left. Another running play. This is going to be for a loss. And it will be 4th down. So the clocks are 12 seconds apart from each other. So Miami is probably going to let this tick all the way down as far as they can and take a timeout. We saw in the college level on Saturday this similar situation in the Indiana-Iowa game. Indiana was up 7 with, I can't remember how much time, 11 seconds or something like that. And the Indiana quarterback just ran backwards and took the intentional safety and ran out the clock. With 12 seconds here. Actually, I think it was more like 7 seconds in that Indiana-Iowa game. With 12 seconds here, we'll see what Miami does. If you punt it, I mean, there's always a chance if you punt it to someone, there's always a chance they could run it back. So let's see how Miami plays this. They do have the punter on the field. He may just try to punt this out of bounds. He does punt the football. And it will bounce at the 1 and be downed at the 2. Miami's going to try to let the clock run out. It will not. There are 2 seconds remaining. And the Jets will have 1 play left to see if they can come up with some kind of miracle. So 2 seconds left. 1 final play for the Jets, barring a defensive penalty. And let's see if the Jets can pull off the most miraculous of miraculous here. Fields, throw, pass is complete. Now you're going to see the laterals. Wilson's back in his end zone. He's got running room. Now laterals back. And another lateral back at the 30 and a big hit at the 31-yard line. Flag comes in. I think that's going to be on the Jets, and we've got some extracurriculars here around the 45-yard line as this game ends. Officials quickly in there before it escalates. See what this flag, I think this flag's on the Jets, and this would be game over. And if the flag is on the Jets, and the tackle at the 31 in this game is over. The Dolphins win for the first time in 2025 as they defeat the Jets 27-21. Dolphins go to 1-3. Jets fall to 0-4. Let's quickly run down the final stats here before I sign off on the live stream tonight. Total yard, Jets ended up with 404 yards of offense. Dolphins ended up with 300, but the penalties were the killer tonight. Jets, 13 penalties tonight for 101 yards. Dolphins penalized 6 times for 40 yards. And those 3 turnovers for the Jets didn't help matters either. Time of possession, pretty even. Final numbers on Justin Fields, 20 of 27, 226 yards, 1 touchdown. Receiving leader tonight for the Jets was Garrett Wilson, 6 catches for 82 yards and 1 touchdown. 5 catches each for Mason Taylor and Breece Hall. 2 catches for Isaiah Davis, a catch apiece for Jeremy Ruckert and Allen Lazard. Running the football, Breece Hall, 14 carries, 81 yards. Justin Fields himself also 81 yards on 7 carries, and he had the rushing touchdown for the Jets. For Miami, Tua Tagovailoa, 17 of 25, 177 yards and 2 passing touchdowns, both of those to Darren Waller. Jalen Waddle had 3 catches for 48 yards. Tyreek Hill, 6 catches for 67 yards before he went out with the dislocated knee. Running the ball, Achane, 20 carries, 99 yards. He lost 4 yards on his last 2 carries, which took him under 100. Ollie Gordon, the second, 10 yards rushing. As the Dolphins win this one, 27-21, and get into the win column. for the first time in 2025. Dolphins 1-3. They head to the Panthers next week, who are also 1-3. Jets fall to 0-4. They host the Cowboys, who come in at 1-2-1. So that'll do it on this live stream tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you appreciate my content, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. It would really help out. And was also on Twitch tonight as Sport Guru John. Also have some content on Kick at Sports Kick John. I will be back on with another live stream tomorrow, at least for the 6 o'clock Major League playoff game between the Red Sox and Yankees. Possibly will be on for the 3 o'clock game with the Padres and the Cubs. But we'll definitely be on tomorrow night for the Red Sox-Yankees game on the live stream as the baseball playoffs get underway. Appreciate you joining me, everyone, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow night on the live stream for Major League Baseball playoffs. Good night.